Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Season 13, Episode 9, overall 669 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by our friends at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com, for the newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles, along with their great selection of all-electric vehicles and Cadillac vehicles as well. You can call the dealership at 519-824-0210 and tell them Chris Palme sent you, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership has been family-run and operated here in the city of Guelph since 1969. And speaking of Barry Cullen Chevrolet, we're still here in winter in southern Ontario with the cold temps, the snow. And if you're looking for winter tires right now, you can save tax on winter tires on in-stock certain select brands at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership. See Lisa Vinnick or the staff, and they can help you out with getting some winter tires and save some money for this year or next year as well. And speaking of the cold temps, that can be hard on a car's battery. Right now at Barry Cullen Chevrolet, they're doing a free 12-volt battery charge test. And if you happen to need a new battery, you can receive a $20 instant rebate as well. Go see Lisa Vinnick and the fine staff at Barry Cullen Chevrolet for your needs as well. I hope everyone is doing well on this Thursday, February 26, 2026. The month of February is just flying by here, and I'm looking forward to my guest tonight. This is her first appearance on our show. I met her through social media, TikTok, a couple years ago, and I'm excited to have her on tonight. Her name is Coach Glamazon. She's a women's confidence coach. She is a speaker, and she's a digital content creator, and she's based out of Northern California, and we're going to bring her on right now, Coach Glamazon.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Surviving the winter here. It's been a long, cold, snowy winter here in southern Ontario.
Oh man, I don't blame you. I don't want it. You guys can keep it. You guys can keep it.
And your former city got hit with snow too. I think New York and the East Coast got hit with 20 inches of snow the other day.
Oh yeah, the blizzard, that's what I don't miss. Not one bit. So the blizzard's hitting hard, but I know for a fact everybody's staying warm, and I'm hoping everybody else out in the, on the East Coast just stay warm and stay put, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get some more. I have a feeling we're going to get more snow.
Absolutely. What are your favorite seasons of the year? Mine are fall and winter, to be honest.
Oh, I love fall and summer. Fall and summer.
Summer. I used to like summers, but our summers here in the Toronto area are getting so hot and humid. It's now like, and I have allergies, by the way. In May and August, I have allergies to pollen and freshly cut grass. So for me, fall and winter is better for my allergies.
Oh yeah, we don't have that much humidity here, so it's kind of a dry heat. But overall,
is it okay?
I could actually handle some triple digits, so I'm happy. So
it's not humid in Northern California. Okay, I did not know that.
No, it's not. But for what it's worth, it's, all you can do is just embrace it as much as you can. And But I love fall fashion and fall winter colors and the colors of the leaves and stuff. Oh man, it's breathtaking. So yeah. Yeah,
For me,
fall in every place I feel like has the best colors that come out bold and bright still.
fall is football weather, and then it's sweatshirt weather, Halloween, and then winter. I don't mind the cold and the snow. The only thing I don't like about winter is driving on ice. I don't care about
Oh,
snow and the cold temps, but driving
mhm.
on ice, I don't care what kind of tire you have. Ice is still ice. The only thing ice is good for is in your drink.
That's right. That's so true. That's so true. I I can't do it. I just can't do it. Like we can maybe drive a couple of places and get our fix the snow and it will come right back.
You do you
And
get
so
occasional? Do you occasionally get snow in Northern California?
if you go more inland with the mountains, you'll see them. So
Okay.
it's you'll definitely see some. So
How much of an adjustment was it
I wouldn't even put it past. Say that again.
Oh, I apologize there. How much of an adjustment was it moving from New York to Northern California?
Oh, not at all. Just think that for what it was worth, I I was already here already, for, through Southern California, so I kind of like it was a culture shock a little bit, but overall, the sweetest people. They are so amazing, super amazing. I felt very, very, warm and accepted here, so I love that. I love that, and where we're at is more family oriented, so they're all for,
Small town.
small town, yeah, so saving it for what it's worth, it's been an amazing climate, and I haven't had any complaints.
You find it's a little more laid back on the West Coast compared to the East Coast?
Super, super laid back, too laid back. It's comfortable. So, compared to on the East Coast, it's a little bit more, on the go, and everybody's more moving forward and everything, go getters on another level. But I love how chill and relaxed, it is, and more of a calming, nurturing type environment. It's for what it's worth, it's amazing.
What are some of your favorite attractions and restaurants in Northern California?
I don't have an actual attraction. I have more or less like I'm a foodie, so I like all different types of food. So Indian, African food, Hispanic food, like you name it. As long as there's food and good vibes, I'm there.
Ironically, my guest on my other show called the Small Talk Podcast the other night, I had
Mhm.
a bikini chef from California on, Susan Irby, on my show too, and she's a real estate agent, but she's also a professional chef as well. So we were talking some food with her too.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, it's definitely, I do love the water. We do like to go down to like, um, uh, down by the beach, by the shore, especially for spring break and stuff. So, I'll go to Dana Point, Huntington Beach, Manhattan Beach, stuff like that. So we'll drive down and just chill and relax and have a good time.
Now, if you had a choice between Northern California, Southern California, would you still take Northern California?
Southern, always Southern.
Southern, yeah.
Southern, yeah, Southern, definitely, definitely.
I was going to say, I'm based near Toronto. So, can you tell our audience a little bit about yourself and how you became Coach Glamazon and who gave you the name Queen of Confidence?
Well, it all started. I used to do runway modeling, and then from that, and became a seamstress and started sewing and self-taught. So it was mainly like on the fashions, realm. I love fashion. I love clothes, and I love just anything peculiar because of my height. I'm 6'4". So,
Wow.
oh yeah. So I would accommodate that with my personality, clothes that would just fit my personality and my ultimate, like, just my passion for fashion. So I used to become like this tall fashionista. I've done a lot of runway shows. And then I started coaching, on the back end, helping a lot of these models, like with self development, confidence, and stuff like that, so that when they take the stage, they create their own storytelling, embracing it in front of people. So when that came to mind, it also happened when I was back in college, and it was one of my trainer, my best friend. His name is Ben King, and he was the one that was like, "Well, you're tall," and he said, "You're pretty tall, and then you always come to the gym like with some type of fashion trend." So he was like, "Your name is Glamazon." So I said, "Yes, I'll take that. I'll take that." And he was like, "What you mean by that?" Because you're an Amazon and because you like, and you're glamour, you come there glamorous. So I was like, "That's amazing. I will ride with that." And ever since then, that's just been me. Um, what actually got me interested in more coaching and stuff, I noticed that a lot of the models started to feel a little bit more timid or not feeling comfortable in their clothes. And I would tell them, like, "Listen, you guys, this is temporary. This is temporary jitters." I mean, they would have full on panic attacks to, rock their clothes. And I was like, it's not that, think about it as it was a mindset for them. So remember how to look fearless in these garments. Hey, you may feel like you got to feel like there's seven men or seven different people walking behind you. You got to own it. So that was my creativity and how I can boost the confidence, and it just brought out the best in their, photography and their clothing and how they see themselves, and it just gained them enough momentum and confidence to continue on that passion of love, and which was confidently um, embracing their fashion. A lot of things we also tend to do is like when we're creating these, transformations, it was sometimes it wasn't built, they weren't built for this type of confidence, so it was reprogramming them to think that this was like the best thing since sliced bread. But at the end of the day, it was my gift to them because they were embracing who they were and their spike of individuality. It's creating that type of sense of self when they start, pouring into themselves, really, that reassurance, knowing that they are a blessing and they are amazing at just thriving in their, when I was dealing with, amazing women, it was their femininity that was pouring out when they were, embracing their confidence. So after all said and done, I feel like I've done my part because I'm creating this type of environment for them to make them feel seen and heard and just come out with a vengeance. It's like that Phoenix error. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of, making that a reality for a lot of these amazing, extraordinary people. And that poured into my coachings as well because um, a lot of people like to make others feel small because they're intimidated and they were feeling the verge of like they weren't enough. And then you have to give them that reassurance too, even as a coach, that not only are they enough, they are worthy of being an amazing person. It's that reassurance knowing that, confidence is like a luxury. So embrace it while you still have it.
By the way, Coach Glamazon, before I started this journey into a new career over 6 years ago, when I was
Mhm.
in elementary school, high school, college,
Mhm.
I hated public speaking. I did not like being in front of camera. I didn't like being in front of people. I would kind of sit in the back of the classroom. I would also shrink and play small. And I've
Mhm.
reinvented myself, by the way. Instead of shrinking now, I'm growing as a professional. And I wanted to ask you this as well. When you were a model, being 6'4", did you get a lot of stereotypes? Did you have to deal with a lot being 6'4" as a model?
Oh, yes. I mean, everything had to be either you're too small, you're too tall, you're too dark. We had a whole bunch of stereotypes. I think um we just have to, it was certain things that made you have to feel condensed, you know what I'm saying? So it made you feel less than sometimes, but at the end of the day, you have to just give yourself that credit. Like you just wasn't that, you just wasn't somebody's cup of tea. You wasn't meant to be seen there, or you wasn't meant to be put in that box because at the end of the day, you're valued somewhere else. And sometimes you have to keep thinking that, keep acknowledging that because not everybody is not, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay, you know? So I think bringing up that type of mindset and reassuring people and making sure that, although that stereotype might be fitted for certain things, which is, um, they just don't like what you come like. It's like an invite only, but you're not being invited to certain things, so you get excluded from some things. And like I said, you're not going to fit in everywhere, and that's where the confidence comes in. You're not going to fit in everybody's certain type of role. So just take it as like, no, as a next opportunity. That's it.
That's how I look at it in media, in radio and media. You're going to get
Hmm.
your successes, but you're also going to be told no. I don't take it personally. And I also realize this too. I'm a people pleaser and I'm trying to get over being a people pleaser.
Hmm.
Not everyone's going to like you or like your work. So you can't take it personally. And you just got to keep working on improving, learning, getting better, and focusing on the people that support your work and like your work instead of focusing and dwelling on the ones that are negative towards you.
Oh, absolutely. I think what we noticed is that some people put us in different boxes so that they can feel, superior to others. And what they'll do is they'll start with um, the self-talk, like negative self-talk. Sometimes it will be sabotage, um, feeling the energy of somebody being intimidated by you. So they'll start the mocking and all that great stuff. But at the end of the day, when you're experiencing those type of toxic dynamics, whether it be narcissistic or just emotional manipulation, things like this happen because it's intimidating. It's intimidating to feel like, well, being comfortable um actually destroying people, that's not only feel hurtful, but that's you can actually say like that's envy. That's pure envy. And this is where like our identity seems to pour out on others. You can create so much impact by just being yourself. And it may irk the spirit of others. It may destroy how people see themselves because they don't see themselves that way. So they project, they minimize your beliefs, they minimize your achievements, they minimize just your presence because of the intimidation. And you have to not, sometimes you just cannot take the way, take how they're, how they position themselves and how they see themselves to heart, because it was never your problem. That just means you're an amazing light that they most likely very well are intimidated by. And that's all right. That's all right. They're just not your cup of tea. I
No,
would disengage immediately.
belittling, and they want to shrink you, keep you small.
Correct. Correct. And if we think about it, um, when you're being told to like, you know, pray harder or be a little bit nicer to other people instead of like trying to shrink themselves to stay chosen, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. If they we're on a different part of elevation when it comes to our, how our identity and how our personality stands out. Um, Creating that shift is more or less something that is improvement and self empowering for not only yourself, but it's going to influence others for them to chime in, for them to create this like um amazing like journey that could be memorable. It's impressionable. And if we continue to stay small, how would anybody know how great we are? This is about being, our own individuals and creating the path of like our amazing gifts and talents. And our personality is going to shine regardless whether they like it or not. Shrinking only means that they want that light to stop shining because it's not their light to shine.
Wanted to mention this too. Shrinking is good if it's your waistline, which I'm trying to do, but I can really, which I'm trying to do. The older I get, the smaller I'm getting, but my waistline's getting bigger, so that's something I need to work on. But I try to be funny. That's why I'm not a comedian. But what I say, mindset and self care. And if you're in
Mhm.
an environment, whether it's at home or in the workplace, and people constantly belittle you and make you play small, it's
Mhm.
hard to get out of that mindset. And I have gotten out of that. And I think your mind is so powerful nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Um, Sometimes it also stands by um like just learning your leadership traits as well, because that right there is where you I think it's because I'm the oldest too, because I've been, I was on demand of the leader. So it's more or less that you are promoting what your younger siblings look up to. So your profound confidence comes from within because you were born to create this amazing, whether it be resilience, this hard worker, this amazing person that they become role models for this exact reason. It's treating it as like i I have to make sure that kids look up to something that's positive. Kids need to look up to somebody that they would admire or would want to be when they grow up. And for that benefit, you feel like you won already. So we talk about this a lot. um, and just channeling that inner, I call it the inner glamazon. When you channel that, that's just like it's a force to be reckoned with. So if you can create great things as long as you put your mind to it and then educate yourself. And like I said, self-talk and reassurance is like always the way to go.
You have to believe in yourself too, because if you don't believe in what you're doing, nobody else will as well. And whatever career you're in, Coach Glamazon, you're going to get people who support you, but you're going to get your skeptics, naysayers, and in some cases haters. You have to learn to have thick skin and block them out, and that's something I'm still working on.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things we need to do is just realize that confidence isn't just personality. It's your nervous system safety. So think about it like that. It's your nervous system having the safety because you're setting those boundaries. You're creating a safe space so that you could say, hey, let's go ahead and toughen that skin. Creating that mental toughness is one of the key components of how you create this confidence within yourself. Um, if and most people don't really just lack confidence, they lack safety, feeling that safety of you know um, feeling that vulnerability and feeling like, okay, I don't know what to do at this point. You have to, because now you have to regulate your mind into thinking that it's okay. It's not supposed to bother me. And just remember, find it in your realm to like really say and face it. Like, is it really my confidence that's intimidating you? Or is it that, you know what I'm saying? Or is it maybe, just maybe, this is the envy that's coming out? It's pouring in its projection. So,
Coach Glamour, do you find jealousy and envy has grown through the internet and social media and technology?
absolutely. Absolutely. Um, we got to remember that some people are on a competitive stage right now. So whatever that they don't see within themselves and they see in others, they are in competition. They hate that. Um, Sometimes, like, even belittling is just a control strategy, right? Bullying is also a projection of insecurities. So you may be the most striking, ambitious, amazing, extraordinary person to um, come up with all these amazing ideas. Just come off with uh, the systems that just seem, you might have like the brain of of a genius, and you have all these amazing ideas, but for some reason somebody will talk negative about it because they did not say it themselves. It didn't come up to them right away. It didn't you didn't They didn't have the wit, the spunk, the actual charisma to create this type of ideas, and it motivates them to destroy others because it never appeared in their mind to begin with. We're in a like a very competitive society where things and ideas and just people are more thinkers, ambition, and thrive. They thrive in off of success, and a lot of these negative people are, their fear is being left behind because of the success. So when they tend to pour in and and project and try to feel like their insecurities are masking onto them, it makes others who are thrivers, go-getters, ambitious, amazing people to feel small because they want them on the same level. You're gonna have to outgrow that because this is not where this growth stays stagnant. So I feel like people just need to realize that we're going to have to outgrow some people because outgrowing is, if they're not on the same level as you and they're always minimizing and destroying and becoming negative with the way that you see yourself and with the way you pour into yourself, they're gonna destroy you, whether through their actions or that mental talk. Their mindset is not going to be the one that destroys everybody, but it does because they feel like they have power and control over you because you're you're treating it as that's your end all be all sometimes. And that's not okay. That's not okay. So,
I've learned now if I sense someone doesn't like me or I don't like them, not to engage with them. Just silence speaks louder than words. And I wanted to ask you this too, Coach Glamour. Do you find belittling is increased as well? And what are some signs of belittling and jealousy and envy as well for people to look out for?
oh yes. One thing we notice is that when I said it, belittling is a control strategy. So, what they tend to do is they will minimize your achievements, they'll minimize your success. Everything is pretty much downright an insult, and or they'll have a backhanded compliment, or they just won't even. As far as with social media, they'll watch all your stories, they'll watch all of it, they'll watch everything about you, but they will never engage because they want to see if you're going to fail. Like there's a lot of people that will never clap for you, and that's all right. But the only reason that they won't clap for you, they're ready to clap for your failure. They're ready to clap for your downfall. They're not clapping because they see like, oh, they're not seeing that as if your achievements are greater than. They're seeing it as I was waiting for this to happen because now I have leverage. And now I could feel like I'm better than you because you failed. They're ready for the failure. They rather see the failure. They see the failure as a win-win for them. That's why they minimize and belittle you. It's not about you because you don't mind failing. That just means an opportunity awaits and you're going to do better. That also means opportunity that might not be your opportunity right then and there, but you're going to have to reevaluate and try again. On the other hand, for the naysayers, they're seeing it as you are always going to fail. You're always going to be that unpopular person. And I'm better than you now. That's how a negative person thinks. I'm better than you now because you are failing. And if you always think that because you failed, that was the end all be all, you think again. Not for a confident person. A confident person is going to reassess, reevaluate, and continue to thrive in their greatness, whether it falls back again or not. That's what makes people so successful. Success doesn't have to be um, the stop of all trades. You continue on to be successful because you know deep down inside there's more to it. There's better things to accomplish, and like I said, reassess. You got the resilience to prove it, so you continue on until you're at that finish line.
Age is just a number two, because I've heard it. Oh, Chris, you're 53, you're too old, you're self-taught. And I'm like, self-taught means I'm still educating myself. Education is not just in the classroom, it's a lifelong process. And in age, my life experience and life skills, I think, are just as important as being in a classroom. And people need to get this age nonsense out of their heads, because you should be judged by the based on your body of work and your personality and character, and not just your age. And I've kept an open mind doing this. And by the way, since I started doing this 6 years ago, I've lost a lot of old friends, because
Mhm.
I don't know what happened. They changed and I've changed. And one chapter of my life has closed and ended in my other
Mhm.
career, my old friends, and new chapters have opened up.
Think about it like this. Some people are in fear of change, and some people are in fear of elevation because they will get left. They will. It's either they're the same like minded people that can help you thrive in your success, or once you hit the high point of the elevation, it does get small because obviously the wisdom, the altitude up there is really thin. It's not everybody is on the same wavelength, the same growth as you. It's never going to be the same unless you are with people who actually dive right into it. They who are actually on the same wavelength as you, and also um, people don't realize that. People don't experience it too much. They don't. They don't. It's definitely a different type of sense of self improvement, self development. There's different types of ways that we can accommodate and promote these informative, amazing like wavelengths, but not everybody, like I said, a lot of people will get left. A lot of people will
And
get left.
I find the older I get, the more my inner circle has shrunk. And I find I've gotten more support from strangers than I have from people that were close to me in my career change into media.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Trust me. Trust me on this one. When I started this coaching business, everybody was like, "Oh, confidence can be built." I was like, "Yeah, that's great. How is that working for you?" Crickets. Crickets, because they don't. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to actually talk about it and be about it, and finding that change is good. Change is powerful. And when you
Abs-
flourish and change, it's the ultimate like environment needed to embrace and accept that abundance. Nobody realized that until they noticed that the change was for the better, because there was a blockage. There was a blockage at one point, and now that you're embracing change and you're making things better for yourself, you're creating boundaries, and you're owning your individuality. It's all strategy, and it's just how our nervous system formulates this type of change. When they know change is good, it brings out the very best in people. Always bringing out the best version of somebody. Trust me.
By the way, we have a viewer watching. By the way, anyone that's watching this show live stream, if you have comments or questions for Coach Glamazon or myself, please put them in the comment section. The first one has been a viewer watching on YouTube, Market Marnick, I think
Mhm.
Marnick. Coach Glamour on point. And his
Mhm.
next comment says, couldn't have said it any better. And his third comment from YouTube, I can't bring old luggage into new blessings as well.
And that's right. That's right. So true. So true. When you're on that elevation, you're not going to bring everybody. Not everybody's going to be falling off one by one because they cannot. They cannot fit. They're not going to fit the narrative when you're at that part of your elevation. Growth is all about finding yourself and being the best version of yourself. People don't realize that. It's one of the things that we need to channel and engage when we are on this path, this journey to this self-discovery. And if they cannot hang, disengage. Disengage. That's all you can
Absolutely.
do. That's
Absolutely.
all
And
you
by the way,
can. No harm, no love lost. And I tell them all the time, no love lost is just there's something greater coming. There's a purpose that we have in store. And if it's just me, myself, and I when it comes to this, so be it. So be
uh,
it.
and one thing about me, my other job, it was a good career, and I'm
Mhm.
I'm thankful for. But at the end, it became a work divorce. They didn't want me there anymore
Uh-huh.
after 23 years. I didn't want to be there anymore, and I've applied that former career into this new career. And the thing with the other career, and I'm very thankful for, at the end, I was getting complacent. It was just I was looking at my watch, 8 o'clock, 4 o'clock. That was it. I wasn't learning. I wasn't growing, and I was already in the process of starting this before my other career ended, and I've applied being in security into this job because when you're in security, you have to deal with all walks of life. I had to deal with people having medical conditions, people drinking too much, substance abuse, mental health issues. So I had to learn how to communicate with my lips, but also
Mhm.
listen. Listening is just as important as talking and having empathy. And I wanted to ask you this too, do you find empathy nowadays is shrinking?
I don't think empathy is shrinking. I think empathy has been taken advantage of. That's what I've noticed. A lot of people with empathy, there are a lot of givers, and but they've been sabotaged by so many takers. So you can't be an empath you can't be an empathetic amazing individual because it exhausts you. It does it mentally, physically, emotionally, because you um empathy was, I feel like it was given for this exact reason because we're losing out on our humanity. And it's sad because there are some great amazing individuals that did not mind giving back, but we have a lot of evil people who take advantage, and that's hard. That's hard because they can't be themselves. They can't be themselves around people that will take advantage. Hence the reason why it makes a lot of people feel small. We're losing humanity, and that's such an awful trait, and that's such an um, awful position to be in, because there's a lot of people that are for amazing, compassionate individuals, and they are being very hesitant, and they're trying not to. They're restraining from being you know such amazing individuals because the trauma from it had them being devalued. And that's not a way to live. It's not.
Coach Glamour, I wanted to ask you this too. Thoughts on AI? Obviously, AI is now in modeling, but AI is also kind of diminishing, reducing the workforce, and this technology is wonderful. But do you find, I guess, it is impacting everybody's lives because I think people's social skills have kind of shrunk too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nobody can talk to people anymore. Nobody talks to people anymore. They use AI because it's an impersonal reaction. So everything is a little bit too impersonal because there's no more human reaction. And that's the only downfall to AI. It's entertaining, but at the same time, um, the influence is impersonal, and it sucks.
Coach Glamour, have you thought about in the future writing a book about this, and
Oh
also
yeah,
and a
all the
podcast,
time.
maybe podcast too?
Podcast too. I've been talking about this for a couple of years now. I actually talked to you about this. Definitely something to consider. I did want to talk about the book though, because the book would be extremely helpful, especially for people who are dealing with or suffering with. Um, my ultimate is to help people heal from narcissistic abuse, because now that we notice that the traits are alive and well, I think people need to know on a trauma informed realm, or like a safe space to talk about it. Bring awareness. We're trying to bring awareness. And even if we have to expose some people left and right, uh, I think it's needed, it's necessary. We got to talk about it more. It's not talked about enough.
I have a question right here from Market Monarch. Question for Coach Glamour, and his
Hmm.
question. And thank you for watching on YouTube, by the way. He wants, and I'm sorry if I butchered your name here. The print and type is very small, even though I have glasses on. So I'll just call you Market. When was the realization that it was time to level up? What situation did you have to go through in order to become aware of this change that was developing? Thank you for the question.
Oh, that's an amazing question. Um, when it was your time to level up, you're going to hit rock bottom. I think that's when it was like the ultimate realization, because you was conforming to a space that you could not grow. When you conform to a space and you're complacent to a space that you didn't feel like you couldn't be nurtured or poured into, or feel valued, that's where the change happened for me. I think that situation is like once we start knowing our worth and creating this sense of like reassurance, and and just being putting more positivity into ourselves. um that's when you become self-aware, like I wasn't meant to be small. I wasn't meant to stay stuck. And when people start realizing that, and they start realizing that their worth is more valuable than just staying where they're not feeling seen, heard, or valued, you start doing the work. You start, it's almost like you're reinventing yourself. So you start finding those little things that chipped away at you from the beginning and start amplifying it. I think what we need to discover is that when we start amplifying and start seeing ourselves as very, like, just highly amazing, important people, when we start seeing ourselves as um, the modern greatness that we're supposed to, you start to amplify it and you start to create that narrative. Like, it's not just confidence, it's a true identity. That was your identity all along, and your purpose is where you have to do that work, and it starts with the inner work first. So when you start that self-developing and start nurturing yourself, and inspire you're like, you see these vision boards that you're inspired to do better, and you aspire to create some type of this new self-identity. You don't worry about the self-doubt anymore. You start doing. I think people need to start doing is taking action. And when they start pouring into themselves and take action, it benefits, and it creates this vision like, I'm not small. I'm just properly displaced. It's time to grow. It's time to, reinvent yourself and start making these changes for the better.
Coach Glamazon, that was a great question, by the way. I wanted to ask you this, and I've talked to somebody else about this in the past. There's differences between belittling with women towards women and men towards men. Do you agree with that?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. This is competition. It's part of competition, and it's definitely about envy. Um, Just think about it. Why do women dim themselves? Because they see something that they admire in somebody else, but they're using projection. So, why do people seem to be around certain environments that make them dim themselves, and are in spaces that they really hate themselves? Is because they don't see it, but others do. Some people see a light that they have noticed for quite some time, but it's a power grab. It's a control grab. When they start to envy people or to start to envy others, it's because they don't feel the same. They're self hate. This is a self hatred ordeal. So they don't feel like they're in a position to be um, just as great. So they'll envy others. There's another thing, uh, fear of being too much. Uh, that sometimes can be self-taught, or somebody ingrained that in their system, thinking that they're just too much or just overwhelmingly um, full of themselves, which is not the case. You're just around people that don't like how great you are. Also, we talk about, like, cultural conditioning that comes up a lot. Um, we also talk about social pressure. Social pressure in this day and age can ruin successes. It can ruin ultimate success, because that peer pressure into thinking that what you're going through is not enough, or it benefits others. It makes it a destructive type of way of thinking, and you cause and suffer from, like, imposter syndrome, which is definitely almost part of a trauma response. People hate that because they don't feel like their identity is worth appreciating. We have these type of ideals, thinking that we're not enough, but we are more than enough. We're just dealing with some people who don't see it that way, and that becomes competitive and a controlling. It's a control grab. I always tell people it's a control grab.
Coach Glamazon, I think I can speak for myself and probably many others. At some point in our lives, we've had some jealousy or envy towards somebody. What are some signs to reduce it and stop it?
Oh, that's a good one. Signs to reduce it and stop it. Disengage. Just disengage. A lot of things that come up, it's more or less that they want a reaction. Um, when you're in spaces that you don't feel like you initially are supposed to be there, you're going to get the more of the nonverbal communication, the looks. You're going to get those first before you start at least opening your mouth. So what I tend to do is, if I know that the energy's off, I'm not going to stay long. I'm not going to go stay in a place that I don't feel wanted. So what am I going to do? Remove. You just remove yourself. Sometimes it's easier that way, and less stressful. It is. It's less stressful. Another thing I like to do is, sometimes they're going to try to make you feel like the butt of all jokes, or to make you feel like you are, saying, try to find chip at your flaws. They'll
Or if
chip
make
at
you
your flaws in front of people.
they'll
That's
make you
what they
feel like you they'll make you
want.
feel like you're 4 inches tall.
Correct. They'll make you feel like, whether it be uh, something that was talked about maybe by mistake. So, and they'll run with it. They'll stretch it until it makes it look like you are the most craziest looking person at the, at the in front of everybody. It was humiliation. It was part of their ploy all along to use you as a humiliation, ritual if they have to, because it makes them feel superior. And when you do that, you own it. You just own the mistake. Sometimes it's better to just own the mistake and just let it be known. Now, if they try to, increase the justification of them creating this humiliation, you know that person is toxic. You know that person just wants a reaction. You don't engage. You
And this
don't
is
engage.
also, and this can include your family, your coworkers,
Correct.
your neighbors, even your inner circle too. And families too can really be hard on you too.
Oh, yeah, because they want you to comply to the toxicity and chaos. Absolutely. They get a thrill off of your failures. They have a thrill. They get a thrill off of your like anything that does not serve them, they will try to destroy because they really believe that it's leverage, and you don't want to be in a power grab with that because it makes you feel guilty. It makes you feel like you're not worthy of acceptance, and that right there, why would you want to stay in a place that makes you feel that type of way? That's never the
Absolutely.
case.
And I have a few more viewers watching. All three of my viewers on Facebook have been on my show as guests. Karen Wilson, who's from Georgia, she's watching from Georgia. She's a great person too, by the way. Robbie
Oh,
Schneider's watching from Buffalo, New York. He's got his own podcast called the 716 Sports Blizzard Podcast in Buffalo. Robbie's a huge supporter of mine. And Alex Alexander Conley, she is a chef in Delaware, and she's also a stand-up comedian as well. She's another great person too. I'd like maybe one day you can connect with her as well. She's a excellent person to talk to.
wonderful. This is awesome. I'm
And
glad. You got a great community over here. It's super
I love doing it.
supportive.
Hey, it's the guests that make the show. I'm just very lucky. And I got another comment from Market on YouTube. What type of actions or habits did you start to implement into your own life that promoted that shift from the lower self to the higher self? Great question.
Oh, great question. A lot of things that well, start thinking about when you wake up. Best thing to do is speaking positivity in yourself. I always speak positivity into myself. The moment you wake up to the time you go to bed, speak life into yourself. Those are the great habits of mine because I always think that everybody should start that self-talk. That's what I tell everybody. Self-talk has been always the go-to. There's certain frameworks that helps with the habits. A lot of things, remember, we also worry about guilt. Stop minimizing yourself and stop feeling guilty of things that are can be drastically enhance the way you think and identify yourself. So promoting that shift to better yourself, whether it be to channel into yourself on a different level. Um, Affirmations, inspiring quotes, things like that help tremendously because um, we tend to we tend to be our worst critic if we continue to talk negative about ourselves. I think what we need to do is stop thinking that we're small and really do think big. Like think better for ourselves. Pour into your, speak into your water. I tell people that all the time. Speak into your water because you're ingesting that positivity from within. Positive always really great positivity always enhances the glow from within. I don't care what nobody say. This is just how I roll. I pour it into my kids, I pour it into family members and my friends. It's just that simple. If you were to always doubt yourself, you're going to feel like you're nothing. You're going to feel that way. Don't ever think that, you know, that because you're not an amazing person for yourself, that somebody else is going to think, small of you too. You're inviting people, you're inviting negativity in if you continue to talk bad about yourself. So one thing I love to do is talk about how amazing life is going to be, pour into myself self love, self care, self coaching. You're going to do it. Give yourself some reassurance. Grounding work helps a lot. Just keep being motivated. Vision boards help. Talk about your feelings, journal, talk about everything. Just anything that will help ignite the motivation from within. Just start. Just you don't have to start right away. Just take steps into creating that positivity, and it will become natural. It is about it is about a mindset. It's a mindset all its own, but you don't have to, you don't have to do it right then and there. Everything is a successful step to, such a great positive journey.
You want to shine and not shrink.
Mm-hmm.
Should put that on a t-shirt.
Shine and not shrink. Correct.
That should be a new podcast for us.
That will be amazing. I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
Another great question. Sorry, go ahead.
I love it. Keep them coming. I got time. Keep them coming.
Shine, not shrink.
Yeah.
We can market that.
That's right.
So another great question there by Market Off YouTube. And I wanted to ask you this too, by the way. I want to talk to you about narcissistic abuse behavior toxicity. Obviously, I think it's growing these days, but everybody thinks of narcissistic behavior as necessarily always men, but women can show those signs too. Can you just explain to us, do you feel that women are becoming more narcissistic as well with their behavior?
Oh, yes. Women do it too. And I feel like women do it just as much as men. It's just men have more power. So it comes off a little bit more aggressive than others because women do it more subtly. It's strategic. Think about it like a sibling, like a rivalry. Think about it is in a competitive sense, or especially with female narcissists. Female narcissists tend to use other people to help them fight their battles. So they'll gain a community to, to actually get a full reaction or a full type of trauma-induced pain on others because it was all strategic. It's all planning. And they'll weaponize it. They'll weaponize trauma and create this type of realm for others so that they can feel superior. That's how they implement and make things a little bit more progressive, and how they feel more superior towards an individual because they need a team. They need a team in order for them to feel seen and feel a little bit more powerful. So I see it. It's more of an aggressive side, and theirs is more of the subtle strategic side.
Coach Glamazon, for those people that are watching our show live stream or on audio, and they're dealing with somebody that has narcissistic behavior and stuff like that, what are some signs to reduce it or get out of that?
Signs or symptoms to reduce narcissism?
What's the best way of dealing with somebody that is showing a lot of narcissistic behavior?
Oh, don't engage. Don't engage. Narcissism, like they feed off of emotions and reactions. Those are the ones that you need to worry about. Anytime they are going to use your emotions or weaponize some type of vulnerability around you, they want a reaction so that they can fall and play victim. Do not engage. There's no point. If you engage, you gave them the upper hand and you gave them the power, and they will continue to use that against you. A lot of them like to do is toy with your emotions and your feelings. So, you see it? Okay.
I have another question from Market of Marnaki on YouTube. He wants to know, Coach Glamazon, through these stages of development, was there ever a point in time where you felt like you had to rekindle with the child version of yourself in order to spark that imagination and creativity again? Great question.
All the time. All the time. That child version of yourself is what is continuing the legacy. if you were what they call arrested development, if you were stuck at your child version of yourself, it's actually literally wanting you to grow. It's begging to be, to be nurtured, poured into, and grow. I don't see any other way than to pour into yourself, because you're giving the child version of yourself safety. When you give that child version of yourself safety, the imagination and creation, it's like rediscovering yourself. When you rediscover yourself and show that personality pouring into, that version, it creates this dynamic that you can live through, and live and see another day. And the type of framework that you go through, that it actually creates such a great dynamic for everybody to, and pour into, and everybody should be able to see that as like, that's pure success.
Another great question. Are you okay, Coach Glamazon, for a few more minutes? A couple more questions. You're good?
Sure. You got me for another 15 minutes.
Another 15 minutes. Okay, perfect. Because I wanted to play this video clip from your TikTok channel. Where can people find you on social media, your website, and TikTok channel?
Oh, I am always on TikTok. And then I'm you can always, there's a link in my bio that you can, talk to me, and we can do some, I have a lot of coaching sessions available. You can find me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, but most importantly, it's all TikTok. And then whenever I get a chance to do my public speaking again, events. So
I'm going to play this clip from your TikTok page, and let me know if you can hear the audio of it as well. It's called "Narcissists Use Confusion to Keep Their Trauma Bond Alive."
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Just 1 second. And this is from Coach Glamazon's TikTok page. Please follow, like, and share her content.
Oh, you should have known the signs. You should have known that they were going to do this to hurt you. No, you couldn't have. Because if you tolerated something that was, especially at a very young age, if you were dealing with a narcissist for quite some time, you became adapted to that type of chaos. Whether you like it or not, the simple gesture as them saying, I'm going to change, and you didn't realize that they were changing, and then they confuse you into thinking that what they said never was going to happen. That state of confusion is what keeps a lot of people in trauma bonds. That type of trauma bond, they know that the exposure, like being outed and exposed of their negative toxic traits to people that they were trying to portray as this like amazing human being, would destroy and defeat them. Knowing that their position lies in the hands of your words, lies in the hands of your truth, was going to literally destroy the image trying to portray to society. They did this intentionally. They actually wanted you to keep it silent, because your silence is what activates them to continue on the mistreatment, the abuse, and the hurt that you were going through. If you were to expose it right then and there, the image fades. The image, the betrayed illusion, that's what it is. It's a betrayal of illusion that you were going to give society, because in everybody's mind, they can do no wrong. But behind closed doors, you're the only one that goes through it. So yeah, you have every right. You're mad. You're pissed off. You want justice. I know they say revenge is not the faint of heart. Yes, let the universe and let the Lord up above battle, take on your battles. But healing out loud is the plan. Expose the narcissist. Expose what they went through. Let's disrupt and betray the illusion. Betray the illusion. They're not who they say they are. And that's what the plan is for you as a truth teller. Go on about your day, spread a little positivity and some joy. Let's break some hearts. We're on savage mode now. Best believe it. When I
Thank you so much for letting me play that clip from your TikTok page.
You're welcome.
Hey, since
Oh,
we're
that's one
talking
of
about
my favorite
TikTok,
ones.
how much has an impact has TikTok, Instagram, and social media had on your content and as a confidence coach and speaker?
Oh, it has been tremendously, I would definitely say it was encouraged, but overall it's been extremely welcoming. Uh, I think people haven't heard it enough because they only heard, like, I would say it's not the sugar coated part about it. They wasn't, I don't think people were ready for the unfiltered version. And I had to do some healing myself in order for that to actually like talk about it. So when I done my healing, I was like, at the end of the day, I know somebody went through the same thing, the same exact thing that I went through. Once I started sharing a lot more about like the certain traits, the things that they went through and the betrayal, I don't think people realize it. It struck a nerve. I think it struck not only a nerve, it struck the I can't believe somebody else went through the same thing. It is this disorder for this exact reason. People people are now seeing that this type of condition is not for the weak. Like if you were a part of that type of um uh pattern interruption and pattern recognition, you start feeling confused. You start to feel like the shift of the energies, feeling trapped in these type of realms. Like people were saying the same exact things that I was going through, and they were like, I thought I was going crazy. No, you were not going crazy. This is what narcissists do in order to keep control, to keep you stuck, and to keep confusing you because manipulating for them is easy. It's fun and easy and entertaining for them. And if they were to do that for the long haul, that just destroys your nervous system and continues all these ailments and illnesses to the point that they were trying to, have you self-destruct. And when that happens, it's it's poisonous. It is. It's poisonous. And when I came to the realization that this was not the type of relationship or bond I wanted to be in, I broke off. I just disengaged and um, started doing my research, getting in fun, starting to pour on myself again. And it made me more stronger and wiser than ever before because I was not alone. This is where the community developed. I was not in a space of like, I couldn't stay silent forever. Like somebody needed to see that this was actually happening. And I found my people. So it was a great
As
thing.
we're as we wrap this show up, I do have one more question from a viewer,
Hmm.
Market, but I wanted to ask you this. What's two words to describe yourself as a confidence coach? And do you work with men as well as women or just strictly women?
I do work with women, but when men actually go through it, I tend to help them as well if they really need the help. Otherwise, I do have other coaches that will accommodate them a little bit better. But if they want the feminine touch, I will definitely help them with that.
And are your sessions virtually or in person or both?
Um, all of them are virtual. Um,
Okay.
unless I have to do like a speaking engagement, then I obviously that will be in person. Um, but oh yeah, and you asked me what are the two words? It's
Yeah,
queen
two
energy.
words. Queen
Queen energy.
energy. Market Marnock has one more question for you before we wrap this up. What's a book that you read that you felt like you resonated with you the most? A book that you might find yourself going back to or has a deeper meaning for you?
Oh, you know what's a great one that you guys might need to look at? I think it was like a number. It's like numbers. It's the stages of power. Look into that because that was the narcissist playbook. Look into that. Forgot what it's called. I think it's like 21 stages of power, I believe. Look into that because that's where a lot of these narcissists tend to actually start using that manipulative realm. A lot of them used to use that to manipulate and control. And when you confront them, they were gaslighting and manipulating some more. Look into that
I think if
because
you
a
do
lot of
come up,
them feel being exposed. Hmm?
if you do come back on my show again, I think I could talk to you about another 2 hours of things too, by the way.
I know. I know.
So
We can talk for hours, I tell you.
absolutely. And how can our audience contact you for a free consultation?
Go to actually the link is in my bio. So if they wanted the free consultation, the link is in my bio, and then just schedule an appointment. The first one is free to see if we're a good fit, and I'm happy to support any way I can. And if it's not with me, like no hard feelings, I will help you. Granted, I can help you accommodate and help you with somebody else. I'm not a look. I am one of those people that is like, if I can't help you, I'm gonna make sure somebody else can. So the best way I can. That's all.
What's
But
a
most
fun?
of them do stay with me.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. What's a fun fact about Coach Glamazon? A fun fact.
Oh, a fun fact about me. I feel like, well, proud auntie. I'm always celebrating. I'm always proud thing about me is I love celebration. I love good news. I am. I am.
Positivity.
I'm a people person.
Positive.
Yeah, I'm a
People
people.
person.
Yeah,
Positive.
people person. Correct. So, anytime I'm invited to somewhere and I'm enjoying myself, it's always a good time. I love that. I thrive off of great energy. So, people person.
And our viewer watching on YouTube, Market Monic. Beautiful conversation. Hope you stay blessed. Thank you so much for
Thank
your questions
you.
and for watching.
Thank you. Thank you.
And as we wrap this up, Coach Glamazon, ask the host CDP a question. Do you have a question for me, by the way?
Yes. When are we going to do another show? And how are you going to help me with this amazing? What is it? What did we say we was gonna call it?
Shine and shrink.
Shine and
Shine,
shrink.
shine,
Yeah, let's
shrink. Yes.
shine and
You
shrink.
like
When we going to start that?
Well, you have an open invite to come on my other show. I have two other shows. I have one that's a football show, and then I have one that's called the Small Talk Podcast. It's once a month with my
Okay.
co-host Marlene Sharp. She is out in Los Angeles. She's in the cartoon animation industry, so we get people from different careers in the entertainment section. So you definitely have an invite on that. But yeah, I like that new show. We need to market that.
Yes, I love it.
Shine
I
and
love
Shrink
it.
with Coach G and Chris.
Sounds fantastic.
And I used to be 5'9", now I'm 5'6".
I don't think I don't think I'm shrinking anytime soon.
So
I'm enjoying this height so far.
what's your favorite Disney movie as we wrap this up? Favorite Disney movie?
Oh, I have two. I have Moana and Princess and the Frog. Those are my favorite.
Mine's Honey, We Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, I love it.
What's your
What
favorite
is
ice
it?
cream? Sorry?
My favorite ice cream is Jamocha from is it Jamocha chocolate from Baskin Robbins? Jamocha chip? Jamocha. Anything
Mine's
coffee.
mine's Moose Tracks.
nice. That's my
Favorite
kid.
cookie.
My kid love it.
Favorite cookies. Do you have a favorite cookie?
Oreos.
Oreo. Do you like the mint or the regular Oreos?
Mint.
Mint's number
Mint.
one. Oh yeah.
Mint.
I haven't had
Mint.
one in 8 years. I had to give up chocolate 8 years ago.
Oh,
So
wow.
one day I'm gonna try it again. It's just I was becoming a chocoholic and I had to give it up. But when I was eating
Try
chocolate,
mint thins. Try the Oreo thins.
really?
Yes. It's half
Okay.
the calories, but this tastes the exact same.
Because I find the older I get smaller in height, but I'm also my waistline. So I want to shrink that waistline too. I want to lose weight. Right now, my goal is 5 pounds, and just
Mhm.
I just want to feel better about myself too. Mental health too. That's something I would like to talk to you on more too. Importance of good mental health as well,
Oh, I would love to talk to you about that. That would be a great one to talk about in June for
and
men's
sleep too.
for men's.
And and sleep, how it can affect your weight, but it can affect everything else in your life too, physically and in your
Oh,
mind too.
oh yeah, let's talk about that. That will be a good one to discuss because too much sleep, we may have to dive into that. And then this enough sleep is actually beneficial for you. So yes, we can talk
Coach
about.
G, yeah, definitely. And Coach G, where can our audience again follow you on social media, your website, and the best way of contacting you directly?
Just go and Google Coach Glamazon. It will come up. All my social media platforms will come up on Google. So just say Google, just Google Coach Glamazon. You'll see my website. You'll see all the media platforms available. And if you wanted to schedule a one-on-one session, that link is actually on my website and also on my TikTok.
And I'm going to put you on the spot here. When's your next TikTok live video?
Oh, I was gonna do it tomorrow evening. If not, yeah, tomorrow night. So it's supposed to be around 9 o'clock. So that's
Nine.
the midnight your time, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm 3 hours ahead of you.
That's right. So it's either tomorrow night or I probably plan to do it tomorrow. I mean, Saturday morning. So we'll see.
And since you're promoting your next TikTok live, my next live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is going to be on Tuesday, March 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern with my special guest, Marja Lynn. If I got her name right, Marja Lynn. She's a Florida-based actress, self-taught model, and a passion for storytelling. So hopefully maybe you can tune into that show as well. And she loves movies too. She's a huge movie fan too.
Oh, I love that. I love
and
that.
she works at Universal Studios as well in Florida.
Oh, I may need to get a hookup then for that'll be nice.
Yes, so I'm looking forward to that, and I love doing the show because of connecting with my guests, storytelling and learning. And I want to say, Coach Glamazon, thank you so much for giving us more than an hour of your time tonight, and continued success in your career. And look forward to possibly maybe working with you on a podcast show one day as well, and a comedy act.
Yes, that will be fantastic. I can't wait.
And if you ever get out to Canada or the Toronto area, please let me know as well.
Of course, I got you.
Thank you so much. Give me a little bit of time, Coach G, and I will send you the full video, the audio, and break this down into reels and clips as well for your social media pages. But thank you so much for coming on here tonight. It was a pleasure, and hopefully we'll have you back on again, and maybe one day we'll be working on our own podcast show.
Of course. I'm down for whatever. I'm glad. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon, Coach Glamazon.
All right. Take
Okay.
care.
Well, you too. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye.
All right, everyone. That wraps up season 13, episode 9, overall 669 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. Again, brought to you by our friends at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com. And again, Barry Cullen Chevrolet is your winter destination for winter tires. And right now they have saved the tax on certain in-stock winter tires there right now. So please drop by the dealership in the service department and see Lisa Vinnick and or the other fine staff there, and they can assist you with getting some quality winter tires that are in stock and save a little bit of money for the rest of this year or for next year as well. And again, make sure you go to Barry Cullen Chevrolet as well and get your free 12-volt battery charge test. And if you happen to need a new battery, you can receive a $20 instant rebate as well. And with gas-powered vehicles, batteries generally last between 3 to 5 years. So if your battery is between 3 and 5 years, go get it checked out at Barry Cullen Chevrolet service department as well. Fine folks there will take care of you. You can email them at info@barrycullen.com, or you can give the dealership a call again. I'm trying to remember the phone number. I say it all the time on this show. You can give them a call at 1 second, guys. You know how many times I've done this show, and this is the first time I've forgotten their number. Barry Cullen can be reached at 519-824-0210. That's 519-824-0210, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. And again, my next live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is going to be on Tuesday, March 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern with special guest Marja Lynn, a Florida-based actress and model with a passion for storytelling, and she is self-taught into the acting world, and she is also a huge movie fan as well. So please check out Marja Lynn. I think that's how you say it, Marja Lynn, and I'm looking forward to it. And then next Friday, March 6th, at 7:30, I have Greg, Nick, and Big Al from the Knee Jerks podcast out of Detroit, Michigan on my show on Friday, March 6th at 7:30 p.m. And Greg, Nick, and Big Al are going to talk Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers with us, and maybe a little bit about the U.S. Olympic men's and women's team taking the gold medals away from the Canadian men and women as well. So I'm working on more great guests and more great shows as well. And again, I want to say thank you to Coach Glamazon and everybody for watching the show on live stream today and my audio platforms as well. And again, the show is live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, X, and Instagram. And Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is available on audio platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Good Pods, and wherever podcasts are available. By the way, if you're looking to advertise your company and business on a platform such as mine, you guys can email me at cpalme19@gmail.com or DM me on my social media pages. My prices are really competitive and fair compared to traditional radio, and this show is on 21 platforms, both video and audio forms. I'm on all social media platforms, including TikTok and YouTube, and I do have 71 countries around the world listening to this show, and over 651,000 views on my YouTube channel as well, and over 10,000 plays on Spotify. So I want to say thank you to my audience for watching this show live stream or on the audio platforms as well. So if you're a business and you're looking to advertise, please consider CDP Media Productions Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, the Argo Bounce podcast show, which I do during the CFL season with Nick Small, my co-host. And also make sure you check out my once a month entertainment talk show called the Small Talk Podcast with co-host Marlene Sharp and myself as well. And Marlene and myself just did myself and Keisha Reynolds, who is my guest co-host, filling in for Marlene Sharp, who was ill the other night. We did a second show this month with Susan Irby, a celebrity chef and real estate agent as well. So again, please check out all three of my talk shows, and I'm looking forward to doing the Argo Bounce podcast show starting up in May when the Toronto Argonauts hit training camp at the University of Guelph as well. And before we wrap up this show, guys, one more thing to talk about today. The Detroit Red Wings are back in action tonight after the 3-week Olympic break. The Red Wings are in Ottawa, 7:00 game tonight. Big game for the Red Wings, who are now trailing Buffalo in the standings for that top spot in the Atlantic Division right now. So Red Wings, Ottawa, 7 o'clock. And the Pistons last night had a big win over Oklahoma, the NBA champs, 124-116. Oklahoma was without most of their starting lineup due to low management and injuries. Pistons were without Isaiah Stewart, but the Pistons bounced back after a tough loss to San Antonio. So the Pistons are now back home Friday night, 7 o'clock, when they take on James Harden and the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have been playing really good basketball as well. And Major League Baseball is underway for spring training. And the Tigers are back in action again tomorrow as well. As we wrap up this show, guys, I wanted to bring this up before we wrap it up. The Cambridge District Humane Society, where I volunteer, on Saturday, April 11th, 2026, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern at the Cambridge Newfoundland Club, located at 1500 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario, is having a Prohibition Speakeasy fundraising event, 1920s style. Tickets are $75 per ticket, and the proceeds go back into the programs at the Cambridge District Humane Society. You can purchase tickets for this event at cambridgehumanesociety.org, or you can call the Humane Society at 519-623-7722, extension 0. Ask for Zach or Kat, and they can assist you. Or if you want to buy a ticket in person, the Cambridge District Humane Society is located at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario, right across from the Cambridge Centre Mall as well. And yours truly is a dog walker down there twice a week, and I'm also a fundraiser as well. Again, check out the website, cambridgehumanesociety.org, if you want to buy a ticket for this event, or if you're in the Cambridge, Kitchener-Waterloo, Guelph area and you're looking to adopt a pet. All the pets that are up for adoption at the Cambridge District Humane Society are on the website, cambridgehumanesociety.org. And when you're on the website, please check out their Amazon wish list. They do have an Amazon wish list there as well, and they're always looking for pet food, as they do a pet emergency fund once a month for people in the Cambridge area that are struggling financially with the high cost of food for their pets as well. They do a wonderful job down there as well. And as we wrap up this show, guys, if you're looking for a personalized video message from yours truly, CDP, go to cameo.com, type in Chris Palme, and book your cameo today. I will do personalized video messages within reason as well. And I'm also on PayPal. If you'd like to contribute to my YouTube channel and my media content, you can PayPal me at Chris Palme there as well. Finally, guys, you can follow me on Blue Sky Social. Blue Sky Social is like what Twitter X used to be like, at Live with CDP19 on Blue Sky Social. And finally, guys, you can follow my website at beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme. All my social media sites, my media work, and talk shows are on that site as well. And finally, the next Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment talk show, again, Tuesday, March 3rd, 7 p.m. Eastern, with special guest Marja Lynn. I think that's how you say it. Marja Lynn, a Florida-based actress and model with a passion for storytelling as well. So I'm looking forward to that show. I want to say thank you to Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership for being a part of this show, and thank you to the audience, for watching and listening to this show as well. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and we'll see you back here Tuesday night, March 3rd at 7 p.m. And again, a special thanks to my guest tonight, Coach Glamazon, for coming on. So please make sure you check out her website and follow her on TikTok and Instagram. Thank you so much to Coach Glamazon. And we will see everybody back on Tuesday, March 3rd for my first show of the month of March. And March Madness is coming up too for the NCAA and the basketball tournament as well. So I'm looking forward to that as well. I hope everybody has a great night, great weekend, and thank you everyone again for watching and listening to Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership and hosted by yours truly, Chris Palme. Good night, everybody.